Welcome to the Goodland Regional Medical Center School Spotlight. Curtis Duncan on the Rockingham Radio Network. This is a public affair program of Rockingham Radio and the greater Northwest Kansas folk and Northeast Colorado, Southwest Nebraska, brought to you by the Goodland Regional Medical Center.
The month of February is not just about candy hearts. Hi, this is Dr. Travis Days, family medicine provider at Goodland Regional Medical Center. February is National Heart Month. Our radiology department is offering discounted cardiac CT scans. This scan helps detect calcium deposits and potential heart attack risk. It is available to women over 55 and men over 45 with no known cardiac risk or disease. Scans are $50 and not billed to insurance. For more information or for scheduling information, call or visit goodlandregional.com.
Yeah, our school spotlight brought to you by the Goodland Regional Medical Center, and we have several special guests. A couple here today, some pioneers. We'll tell you what style of pioneers we'll have, and who's our leader of the group here today.
Good morning, Curtis. My name is Marty Lehman. I'm the assistant principal and athletic and activities director at Goodland Junior Senior High School.
Welcome back. Boy, you've had a busy week. It's busy now.
It's been a busy January. Getting into February as we enter postseason athletics, and our forensics program's going strong now and got a full schedule, and Scholars Bowl finished up, and just a ton of stuff going on around our community and our school.
And you get a lot of public support, a lot of people helping with all these different activities, don't you?
You know, when you go out and ask, people from Goodland and Sherman County really jump in and volunteer for some of these big events that we host. Sure.
That's what it takes every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of great businesses back you on that too.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So we've got kids as we...
So today I decided to bring out a couple kids that are kind of, along with Coach Wisnat in our wrestling program, and Coach Schromick started up girls wrestling several years ago, and they've been in it ever since they've been little bitty kids, and kind of our first two kids that have hung with us the whole time, and done a great job representing Goodland, representing Northwest Kansas in the Great Western Athletic Conference on the regional and the state level. So they're just sophomores also, so that's kind of nice. We're going to have them around for a couple more years, and we had them on the medal stand last year, and they'll be on the medal stand again here hopefully in a couple weeks. And they head out this morning after lunch and go to Hoisington and start their postseason wrestling.
Good luck. Hey,
you bet.
And it's the 10th of February as we have this, so we want you to kind of know the timeline on that.
Yes, you can follow that tournament tomorrow on track wrestling, and follow it. It's in Hoisington, the 1, 2, 3, 4A regional wrestling tournament.
Hoisington, boy, that's a ways out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're leaving tonight. They're going to practice right after lunch today, and leave this afternoon and get into. They're going to stay in Great Bend, and then go up to Hoisington tomorrow, and hopefully get on top of a medal stand tomorrow night.
Yeah, golly. Well, let's get going. Who do we get to visit with first?
We'll start with Lola Burke.
All right, Lola, go ahead. We'll get that mic. Yeah, pull it out so she won't have to break her neck. We don't want your neck stretched or anything. Lola, nice to have you with us. Congratulations. You're on the way, huh?
Yep, thank you.
What got you started in wrestling? Why did you want to do that?
My family is a wrestling family. My grandpa brought Kansas kids to Goodland, and I grew up around the whole sport with my brother wrestling, and I just found it really interesting. And there wasn't a lot of girls out, so I wasn't sure if girls could go out. And then I asked Destiny because I knew that she had wrestled before, and she said she'd go out with me.
How cool. How cool. Now, is it just you two?
We have a few other girls. We have Anahi Hernandez, Ariel Rickard, Hayden Blocklinger, me, and Destiny.
Okay.
And Leslie Dominguez.
And Leslie. So we've got a good start. Do you think it'll get bigger next year?
Yes, we have quite a few junior high girls coming out, and they're in 8th grade, so we should have some more freshmen next year.
Wonderful. Any idea of what kind of numbers, how many you'll have just out of that you know of?
Hopefully 10.
My goodness. That's almost, more than doubling in size.
We have 6 out right now, currently.
Okay.
So, yes.
Very nice, very nice. Now, tell us about your day. You go to school at what time, and when do you get a chance to practice?
We go to school at 7:30, and then dependent on the day, we either have early or late practice. Early practice, we practice from 3:15 to 4:30, and then late practice, 4:30 to 6.
Now, tell us a little bit about practice. What do you do first, and then how that is structured?
We warm up for about 20 minutes, and then we do these things called lines where we practice our shots, our duck walks, our hip heists, and then we have a thing called total flow where we do shots in our stand-ups, and then we have mat flow where we do more things on the mat with like reversals, pinning combinations, and then we just practice our drilling of our shots, and then towards the end we do a lot of technique with our coaches. They show us new moves, and then we'll do a bit of live.
Okay, well, good. So you get to actually do that as you've worked out.
Yes.
Going through this. Is this every day?
It depends on the day, because usually the day before tournaments we won't be doing a whole lot of live so that we don't overwork ourselves, but towards the middle of the week we'll be going extremely hard, a lot of conditioning, and then at the beginning of the week we usually don't do a lot of live. We relax, we stretch our muscles out more. Okay,
super. Lola, what, as far as your other things in school, what else are you involved with?
I do cross country and track. I'm involved in JAG-K and Science Olympiad and National Honor Society.
Very good. Sounds like a busy time.
Yes, I am a very busy person.
You are. Well, good luck at your wrestling. Thanks, Lola Burke, with us today, sophomore. Let's hear from another Destiny. Destiny Gonzales is with us. Destiny, thanks for being here. Good luck to you. How did you get started in wrestling at the school?
Kind of the same thing with Lola. You know, my brother was I was around it a lot because my brother started when he was really small, so I grew up going to tournaments, and I just wanted to give it a try one day. So I talked to my mom. My mom was like, well, I mean, I see why not. And I just kind of fell in love for the sport.
Well, and when did you start wrestling? Was it just in high school or?
I started when I was in 5th grade, but I did not like it, so I did not do it in 6th grade. And then Lola talked me into doing it again in 7th grade, so we went out together in 7th grade, and then I've been doing it since then.
How fun. It's exciting to see some more, a good group of 8th grade girls coming in.
Yes, it really is.
Now, do you know some of the girls? Have you talked to them about wrestling, or do you get to do that?
Yeah, we, before we start practice, we usually all just, go down to the pit and talk before we start warming up and that. And a lot of them actually tell me that, they like it, they enjoy it, and they're most likely going to do it next year, which is really good. That
is good news. Now, your wrestling, do you ever watch videos? I know the basketball teams and football teams always watch videos. Do you get to watch videos of other wrestlers?
Yeah, our coaches actually send us a lot of videos, of moves and that to do. And then, sometimes us girls will just go up into the locker room and watch our matches and, show each other, what we did wrong and, help each other work on it.
What about the coaches? Do you think they're pretty much on top of everything?
Yeah, when we go to practice, after we get done with the tournament, they'll go to practice and tell us what we did wrong, and then they'll show us how to run it right and walk us through it.
Now, and without giving any secrets away, when you're wrestling, there's usually the coaches on one corner of the mat, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do they have any secret words they shout out that are signals to you to do something? I'm always wondering about that.
No, usually there's just or sprawl or hips to the mat. Nothing really, though.
That's not too secret. When you say hips to the mat, that's pretty much what they mean. Well, the reason I ask, and I like to ask all the time, is we had a wrestling coach at one time, and he would yell the word pickle. Pickle, pickle, pickle. And that would be a surprise word. The wrestler of Goodland would know what that was, but the other team had no idea. So that was his secret code word, pickle, pickle, pickle. And boy, you can hear that through the loudest gym. You hear that one word zooming out at you. I was just curious. Okay, so what else are you involved in, Destiny, at school?
I do softball, and that's about it. Just softball and wrestling.
Sure. That's quite a bit. Do you have advice for other girls that want to come into wrestling at any high school level?
I say give it a try. If it's your first year and you're really nervous, come out. We don't judge. I mean, it's really fun. I feel like you'll enjoy it. The team gets together a lot, and just like, it's a pretty good team. We have fun.
Have little chat sessions
Yeah.
where you talk everything over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's fun. Now, your coaches, tell us who your coaches are, and you feel pretty good about them?
Yeah, our coach he's a really good coach, you know. He helps a lot with like technique and that. And Keegan Smith, he's really good. He pushes us to he tries to get us to do our best, which is really good because he pushes us really hard, and like he knows when we're not trying, he yells at us, which gets us to like go do our best, which is really good.
Now, when you're out on the mat and you're wrestling, what are some holds that you have to be careful and not do because the referee's going to see them?
Locked hands. Like, I got my first year I wrestled, I got called locked hands almost the whole first period, which was really bad.
And what is it? Would you just got hands locked together, or what?
You can't have your hands locked unless you have like an arm or a head in. And like if you don't, then that's called locked hands, and like the whole match stops, and like one person will get a point depending like how many times you've done it.
Okay, so watch leverage.
Yeah.
Is that what that's about? Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. What about referees? You think they see everything that they need to see? I know sometimes they get their nose right down there to the mat.
Yeah, they do, but sometimes they miss a lot of things, which could be good or bad for either per person. Like, sometimes I get away with some calls, which I'm really lucky with.
Now, do you ever feel like, as you're wrestling and you know something's going and the ref's not calling it, do you say, hey, look, do you say anything like that, or do you even worry about it?
No, I don't worry about it. Our coach always tells us to let them worry about it and just for us to keep wrestling. Okay,
till you hear that whistle.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else you wanted to share with us? Sounds like you've got a great career coming in.
Yeah. I think I'm good.
All right. And I didn't ask Lola, but I'll ask you, once you are finished with high school, have you looked farther down the road on that?
I just know I want to go to college for wrestling and, like, nursing, but I really don't know where at yet.
Well, that's a good combination.
Yeah.
You might have to wrestle a patient sometime. I mean, not like you do on the mat here. So, well, good luck to you, Destiny.
Thank
Appreciate that. Destiny Gonzales. Let's go back to Lola just for a minute. Lola, your future plans, what are you thinking?
I want to go study psychology and wrestle, either here at Northwest Tech, Hayes. I know a lot of colleges are starting to open up more girls' programs. So,
what a good feeling. Outstanding.
Great feeling.
Okay, very good. Well, I hope you do well and bring in those 8th graders and get them trained right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, back to Marty Lehman, athletic director. So have you looked into next year for scheduling and everything?
We're working on that right now. I actually made a phone call this morning to get our senior night and stuff organized for girls wrestling next week or next year. And, you asked one of the girls about the count of girls and what's going on in our community as far as girls wrestling growing. But Curtis, last year in the 21-22 school year, there were 1,000 girls in the state of Kansas involved. This year there was 2,000. So it's really starting to fly. When we host that huge tournament in December of the Holiday Classic, at the beginning of the year, we contracted so many officials, we contracted so many teams to come. And everybody was committed, and their girls were had just exploded. And our tournament, we ended up running off in one day, and this is thanks to Aaron Duell and our officials that we brought in extra. But we ran 392 matches off in that one day. So, and that was because of our girls tournament growing so much so fast. So
wow.
We're expecting that next year. We're expecting the possibility of expanding into the auxiliary gym next year, adding a couple mats. But what a cool deal for kids, and what a cool deal, for our girls programs to have this, come to the forefront and do what it's doing. The girls mentioned they want to wrestle on the college level, and both of them are going to have the possibility. And who knows where it's going to be in 2 years when they're ready to be recruited. But, Fort Hays State, they're in Hays, was the first Division II school in the state of Kansas. And in that league that they're in, Elementrary in Western Missouri to add girls wrestling, and everybody in that league is talking about following suit. So it's a growing thing. It's an awesome thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these two kids can do and what we can do in the future with it.
Yeah, well, very, very exciting. Everything else? School so
going
far?
Good. If you're interested in anything, we're always in need of some employees. I talk to Bill before I do this radio show every day just to see, and we're always in need of bus drivers. So short on bus drivers. Bill and I are doing a lot of driving, which is fine. We're going anyway, and we enjoy being around the kids, so it's good. It's good for us to do something different, and then our paraeducators are so important for our kids, and we're so short on them. So anybody interested, please contact our district office. We'd be interested in talking to you about it, and hopefully we can go from there.
Do you need? Not do you need, but you've already told us the shortages. Do you think Mr. Bierman's driving the fourth graders today?
He is not. He is not, because he's our basketball coach, one of our basketball coaches.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, we don't want to take him out.
Yeah, they're heading to the circus this morning. Our fourth graders are heading to Salina, and I was almost on that trip, but ended up with some other things and got replaced, which is good.
Yeah.
Including this radio show. So.
Sure. Well, yes, priorities. I understand.
Absolutely. Hey, I do want to say something about some scheduling changes we've got.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago in our Orange and Black basketball tournament that we went to in Colby, we lost one due to that nice, very moist snowstorm that we got, which was great. But we did lose a boys basketball game. So we're going to make that game up, actually bring Liberal to Goodland on Monday. Very, very early start. We'll tip at 4 o'clock. They wanted to tip early so they could get home at a decent hour, and so we've got an extra varsity boys basketball game next week, which is also followed by our regular scheduled games on Tuesday and Friday here at home next week. So,
wow, boys and girls?
No girls on Monday at all, Curtis. Regular dates on Tuesday and Friday. Both the girls will be playing on Tuesday and Friday, but not on Monday. Just that one makeup game with Liberal.
Do you have to have so many ball games every year?
You want to get a full. The state allows you to play basketball. They allow you to have 20 games in the regular season. So you want to try to get full, because then the seeding for postseason is means a lot, and sometimes your percentages won't be good if you go 19 and 1, your percentages are better than going 18 and 1. So. No different than our girls. They're allowed, our wrestlers are allowed so many points a year. They're allowed 30 points a year, which means they can participate in 30. The points are all different depending on tournaments, duels, get-togethers, things like that. So they're only allowed so many matches, but you want to get them all those matches you possibly can.
Wow, so much to keep track of, isn't there?
A little bit, but we've got our coaches help me with a lot with that. Lot with that, especially on the wrestling side and on the basketball side, because coaches, we've got some kids that'll play a lot of JV, but then bump in and play a couple minutes in a varsity game that I won't notice that they do, and that counts as a date. So it's tough to keep track of, but our coaches do a great job of it.
Good deal. I appreciate that. Well, thanks to you. Did we cover everything?
I think so. We're bouncing into spring. We're starting to work on getting baseball and softball, and track and field started. I'm starting to see a lot more of those coaches in my office, and excited about that, but yet still wanting to finish up our winter seasons very hard, and we've got the capabilities of doing some great things here in the winter postseason. I
believe it. Marty Lehman with us today. Thank you so much, gang, for being with us on the program, the Goodland Regional Medical Center School Spotlight. I'll wrap it up here in a moment.
The month of February is not just about candy hearts. Hi, this is Dr. Travis Days, family medicine provider at Goodland Regional Medical Center. February is National Heart Month. Our radiology department is offering discounted cardiac CT scans. This scan helps detect calcium deposits and potential heart attack risk. It is available to women over 55 and men over 45 with no known cardiac risk or disease. Scans are $50 and not billed to insurance. For more information or for scheduling information, call or visit goodlandregional.com.
Goodlandregional.com, proud sponsor of our School Spotlight on KLOE AM 730. Lola Burke, one of our guests, sophomore wrestler at Goodland High School, and Destiny Gonzales, also a sophomore. And thanks to Marty Lehman, the athletic director. I'm Curtis Duncan on the Rocking M Radio Network. Thank you so much for being with us, and enjoy your time right here on this network station.